Hi, I'm Teddy the Tiger, and I was just diagnosed with lupus.
Hi, I'm Leo the Lion, and I'm going to explain lupus for you.
So, Leo, what is lupus?
Well, it's a systematic lupus erythematosus. It's a chronic autoimmune disease caused by the body's immune system becoming hyperactive and attacking its own cells. Did you have any symptoms that you were aware of?
Well, I've been very fatigued lately, and my doctors said that I had something called flare-ups.
Yeah, so that's very common, but like snowflakes, no two cases of lupus are exactly the same. You can have flares, fatigue, fevers, skin lesions, it really all depends.
So, what causes lupus?
There are three different ways that lupus is initiated. One is the loss of adaptive immune tolerance, which leads to an increase in autoreactive B cells. The next is an innate immune response that has defects in it, where they lead to an increased self-antigen availability. The third is inflammation and tissue damage. But today we can only focus on the first two.
Can you explain the first one a bit more about the loss of adaptive immune tolerance?
Of course, the loss of adaptive immune tolerance is said to be an important first step in lupus development. The body generates B cells that are self-reactive, but they are usually removed by different mechanisms in the bone marrow.
Wait, what are self-reactive B cells?
There are B cells that attack your own body instead of bacteria or foreign antigens. So with lupus, there are elevated levels of B cell activating factor. This causes an increase in the survival of self-reactive B cells because it produces a breach in the B cell tolerance. The body gets signals from self-antigens, toll-like receptor ligands, and T cell-derived cytokines to promote the production of autoantibodies, thus causing that autoimmune response we talked about.
What is an autoimmune response again?
It's when your body attacks yourself instead of foreign antigens.
Oh, okay. What's the second cause of lupus again? Innate immune defects or something?
Yes, lupus patients have defective macrophages, meaning their phagocytotic ability of the macrophage is compromised. This, coupled with increased apoptotic cells, results in nuclear debris. This nuclear debris acts as a source of excess autoantigens, which causes that autoimmune response we talked about earlier. Lupus patients also have reduced CRP levels, which causes defects in cell debris clearance too.
What's CRP?
CRP is C-reactive protein, which correlates with inflammation levels. So normally, when you have inflammation, you have high CRP levels.
Wait, that's confusing. I thought I had inflammation, so why would I have low levels of CRP?
Since your macrophages are defective, you cannot produce the activator interleukin 6, which normally increases the CRP production. Your inflammation, on the other hand, is caused by the binding of autoantibodies to opsonins that are on that circulating nuclear debris, which promotes a pro-inflammatory response and tissue damage, which is what we see manifested as flare-ups in your symptoms. Therefore, your inflammation is increased, but your CRP levels are decreased.
Is there a cure for lupus?
There is no cure or prevention methods. However, there is immunosuppressive therapy for treatments of the symptoms you experience.
What does that mean?
Since the immune system is super active, we have to suppress it in order to make it less active.
But couldn't that cause more problems?
Yes, it makes you more susceptible to other diseases and infections because your immune response will be compromised.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Thanks so much, Leo, for teaching me more about the lupus.
Of course, if you have any other questions, please let me know.
Awesome. Paw bump.